Oh,
We have another Tea and Tights Brit Wres Special, a very extra special on this occasion, as we are joined by four of the fastest rising, highest flying young competitors in the UK, who have not only made their mark in British wrestling, but across Europe and America. We have the kid without fear, Danny Black, the Prince of Pace, Callum Newman, Maverick Mayhew, just Joe Lando, my close personal friends, your close personal friends, the close personal friends. How we doing, lads?
Doing good.
Down.
Of course, we've had each one of you on a few different separate occasions now, so it's very welcome to have you all back. Of course, this is Joe's third time on the show, because we spoke earlier in the year just about his trip to GCW. This is, of course, Tea and Tights, the Great British Wrestling podcast for Great British Wrestling, as featured on bodyslam.net and the John's Podcasting Network. Right, so first question. I recently had Ian Skinner on the show, and he claimed that he is the unofficial fifth member of the Close Personal Friends. Can you confirm or deny this?
Does he have an armband? No.
No, there's a lot of unofficial fifth members of CPS.
Yeah, many claim. Crowley the other day, but
yeah, Crowley.
No, I don't think anyone's quite worthy yet.
Yeah, but he wants to be the close personal twat, so it's.
Yeah, but he called Steez Stews.
Yeah.
Yeah. He got everything wrong. I don't like it.
Okay, look, I know I'm old, but what is Steez? Is it like drip?
It's CPF.
Listen, if you have to,
Steez is CPF. Yes, it's Steez. We embody Steez.
We is Steez.
if you look at our match, you're gonna think Steez. Get me? So that's just like you know it when you see it.
Mm-hmm. We are it.
I'm just gonna have to admit I am old. It's gone too much of this. Right, you guys, you've wrestled. It's been Labs on Tour this year, hasn't it? Really, because Callum, Danny over in Italy, three of you, Maverick Mayhew, Callum, and Danny went to Rings of Europe. The four of you went to Lucha Libre and German wrestling promotions. What has it been like? One, taking the Fatal 4-Way match to a different country. What was that like? Because that was the first time you've wrestled in another country as a Fatal 4-Way match.
I mean, speaking for myself, I don't know how the other boys feel, but when I'm traveling abroad and wrestling abroad, there's no one I'd rather do it with. I'm not saying that for the gimmick. These boys are actually my friends sometimes, and being able to travel with these boys and put on matches, you know, including ourselves, is a huge honor, and it's a lot of fun above anything else. So yeah, thank you boys for that.
You're speaking to yourself, mate.
Right. Okay. I'll take all that back then.
No.
Right, Joe Lando was extremely late for this little interview here. So, who's usually the last one out of bed? Who's the latest to get to the airport?
I'll have you know, I am a punctual man. I am on time.
Shut up. You're the worst one out of all of us.
I don't think I'm the latest. Usually.
I mean,
I don't know. I'm pretty late most of the time, I must say.
Who sleeps in the longest?
Oh, Joe.
All right, that'll take. That'll take.
Yeah, definitely Joe.
It's out the door on time.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, as soon as Joe that eggs and bacon, he's up. But before that, never.
My eggs and bacon.
Which one of you takes the longest showers?
I thought he was going to say shits then. Anyone else?
Also me.
I'm more of a bath guy, and I take ridiculously long baths. Like stupidly long. But I do like at different intervals take out the plug and then refill it with hot water. Not all the way, but when I fill like a little refill. So it's not just me sitting
A little
in
top up.
wait. You know what I mean? But I spend a lot of time in the bath. Too long, probably.
There you have it. Maverick Mayhew takes too long a bath. Which has been your favorite country to work in?
Oh gosh.
England.
Not including
Right.
England.
Not England.
No, you've had
Kettering count?
Spain. You got Spain, Austria, or Germany. Which one out of the three?
Spain, those three. In terms of crowd, Germany.
Yeah.
Yeah, which was kind of a shock, I think. Like we got a standing O, in Germany, and I had fans
in the first match.
In the first match, and I had fans afterwards messaging me being like, "That's not a thing that happens here a lot. Like they're usually quite not miserable, but like they were like, yeah, I'm surprised you got us off our feet. It's just what we do. Open the show, standing O. You know what I'm saying, boys?
Yeah. Open the show, stand back to Heathrow. You get me?
Oh.
We're extremely humble.
Definitely humble. Now in Spain, of course, you took on a team from Lucha Libre. What was that like?
Cool.
Good fun. Very good fun.
No, it's fun to work with the guys in Spain. I think similar to Italy a few years ago, there's like great talent on the scene. There's just not enough exposure. Obviously, guys like Akira now from Italy have got that exposure and they've done incredible with it. And there's still guys like Mirko and Nick Lenders who are killing it in Italy. And I think Spain's going to be similar. They've got guys like Cito Sanchez and Joey Sky. They're going to be fantastic. They just need more exposure on their scene.
I'm a big fan of
Hefri Pack, of course. Forgive me.
Big fan of Maria De La Rosa. I managed to catch her when I was out in Germany. I think she's a very talented young lady over in Spain.
I've heard of.
For example,
I'll train out in Spain. That's pretty good. Sasha Banks. She's.
I'm so pissed she wasn't there when we were there. That would have been sick.
Yeah, didn't she? Was it in Spain she turned up at the RCW show? Yeah.
No, it was the Lucha Libre one.
Oh, it was Lucha Libre, yeah. Her and Kalisto. Random, but sick. I can't lie. Jealous.
Now, of course, it's not just Europe. Obviously, Joe, you went over to the United States, GCW. I know you didn't get your match with Mike Bailey, but you still had some amazing matches out there. What was it like wrestling out there?
Well, a dream come true for me. It's kind of always been the goal since I started to wrestle out in the States, and I plan on doing it more going into next year. Yeah, it's just a dream come true. The crowd is different, a lot different to here, and it's something that I want to get to do a lot more of.
Do you want to be involved in the GCW death match?
No.
No, I wanted to be involved in one day.
Yeah, I'm sure you boys do. You ain't getting me back after that.
That'd be fun.
Now, you guys, Callum, you got to compete in the Super Strong Style 16 for Progress. What was it like competing in that tournament?
I was like, it's the most nervous I've been for a show in a while, because I remember like turning up, being like really kind of no, being like quite shaky. I hate how you had pictures like too quick, bro. But no, yeah, like it was really cool because like I got a lot of exposure from it as well, and like I got like I don't think the match was like too long either, but like I showed quite a lot, especially from like the whole weekend as well. Because on day 2 we had like Robbie X, Jack Evans, Maggot, and Ricky Shane Page. But like that was probably the match I like was most proud of that weekend. But even just having my name on the graphic, the Super Strong Style, was still quite cool.
And then, of course, Joe, you got in the natural progression series. Unfortunately, got injured. How's the recovery going, and what was it like being picked for the MPS series?
Let's move on, boys. No, obviously, it was unfortunate. Recovery is going well, though. I think I was never down about it. I was always in good spirits, very optimistic. Still not quite show ready. I'm being ready. I've been posting some clips and training, but I'm still not quite show ready. So my Steez level. Out of 10, did you say?
Yeah, out of 10.
I work in percent, brother. I'd say we're around pushing 65% Steez right now.
Wow.
Well, we look forward to having you back in the ring soon. Danny, now you, since last week, you held a championship this year. You actually held it for a calendar year because you won it, the UKPW Interregional Championship at their Halloween show last year, and then you lost it at their Halloween show this year against Sapphire Reed. What was it like representing UKPW as the Interregional champ?
Yeah, it was sick. I'm quite proud. Oh, you bitch.
Forgot about that pick.
As I was saying.
Ask Danny about the lamppost. Lamppost game.
It's a
right, darling. Lamppost, yeah.
Got a name there.
So my UKPW title reign. I'm very proud of what I built over the year with the belt. I feel like I brought what was considered like a secondary belt on par with the main belt because I was defending it often and in as many main events as I could. I defended it 2 times against Joe and he lost because he's a pussy. And then
hey, whoa!
I was going to bring it up. I was going to mention the fact that you did defend it against Joe. You got a rematch coming up against Sapphire Reed. When's that coming up?
It is February at some point. I can tell you that for free. Which weekend? I don't know. Check out UKPW.
It's the 17th. Right?
17th. Thank you.
I made that up. But...
Oh.
It might be, but I did make that up.
Thanks, man.
Don't mention it.
Cheers, mate.
Thank you, mate.
Joe distracted me. Let me do
personal mates.
No,
good promo for this show. I'm gonna get my belt back and slap Sapphire Reed in the face.
My belt.
Man, that's just violent. Sapphire Reed, she's had a great year, so it should be a great match. I think she's a tough old girl. I'm sure she's going to give you a run for the money, and it should be a great match. Now, Maverick Mayhew, you got to open SovPro's debut show against Tom Fairwell. What was it like working for SovPro, and what was it like opening that show?
Well, I have a question for Mav before he begins. What I've just noticed. Why is your name Huge Jazz?
What do you mean?
As in, like, the person Jazz is huge.
Jazz?
Yeah, it's not Huge Jazz. It's huge.
Oh, that's fit.
Yeah, that's my name.
Oh wow. Anyway, continue.
Anyway, SovPro.
Something.
As pictured. Yeah, it was actually really, really sick. You know, when you're wrestling for a promotion on their debut show, it's always kind of like very, very hit and miss. You know, like there'll be some shows you'll wrestle for on their debut show and it's ropes, and then there's other times where it seems really promising. And Soft Pro was definitely the latter. Like just the atmosphere from like the get go, and the crowd stayed with it the whole show. And I know like they had timing issues, like it overran, like fuck, but the crowd were there like the whole time, and that's something you don't really get at a lot of shows. And like the whole card, top to bottom, was just incredible. And for a debut show, they definitely knocked it out of the park. So hopefully CPF can be back in Soft Pro at some point in the future.
Yeah, because you weren't the only member, of course. Danny Black and Joe Lando, you took on the 8-7, where Danny Black said he would move out of the way of the pounds, but you got hit by the pounds.
Yeah, you idiot.
No, that's
After he moved.
No, yeah, exactly. I moved first, and then the dickhead picked me up after the bell and fucking did it.
Why would you not move again?
Yeah, but no, I think the real question we're not asking is, why would you not powerbomb him?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, why would you powerbomb him?
You know the number.
You know the number. 87.
Now, you guys were part of that Progress Super Smash Mob match. They got a bit of heat online before the actual match aired, which I think was a bit unfair, actually, because when you actually see it in the match, in context, it looked great. But when you saw it as a part, it looked a bit... But what was it like being in that match? Of course, Maverick Mayhew was on a different team, but that was a lot of fun, I guess.
Being in that match, but I will level with you. Yeah, it was a nightmare to be in. I don't think I've ever been in a match with 12 people at once in the ring. But watching it back and how it all came together, it's actually a very entertaining match. There he is across the ring on the other side. So yeah, it was content-wise not one of my best pieces of work, but as a whole match, it's actually very entertaining and perhaps one of my favorites of the year.
That when you guys all did the shooting star presses, as he said, Joe, Callum, Amari, and TK all hitting the shooting star presses at the same time. That was legit crazy. I thought that was awesome.
Great minds think alike.
Now, Callum, whilst these guys were all off at SovPro doing their debut show, you were part of the big return of 1PW, huge show. What was your thoughts on being part of 1PW?
Oh, it was insane. There was a lot of people there, and it was in the Doncaster Dome, and I didn't expect it to be as huge as it was. No, but it was a really cool show. I got to meet Rob Van Dam. That was cool. Christopher Daniels was there. It was insane. But yeah, it was just a cool experience as a whole. It was a long day, but it was sick.
Of course, your mentor, Will Ospreay, he's going to be part of the next 1PW show, so I'm sure that's going to be nuts against Robbie X. How do you think that match is going to go? Is it going to be a 5-star?
Oh, probably, because Robbie's insane. I hate these so much. I absolutely hate.
Who you hate Will and Robbie?
You hate Robbie X?
That's a bit harsh, mate.
No.
I'm not sure about that one.
Prince of Pace versus the Speedster.
Don't know why anyone ain't done the match yet, but
Yeah, you'd still be waiting on that singles match. You said about that one when you were last on, and it was booked for BWR, but
me versus Robbie has been meaning to happen since 2019. So it was meant to happen at WrestleGate, then at Frontline, then at BWR, but then I got COVID. So now we just need to see when it could happen next. But we've been in scrambles. I think the only time we've actually fully done something together was in a Rev Pro scramble, but that's as far as it's been.
Now, Mav, you had quite an emotional match with Joe at TNT Extreme as part of their, what was it, the Project X show, because it was like the first time you guys got to wrestle in a singles match for how long?
6 years. It was the first time ever, and we'd known each other for 6 years. You know, trained together, tagged, been in like every combination of match imaginable except the singles match, and it's something that we'd been waiting for that whole 6 years, and for some reason no one had ever booked it before, and then luckily we got to do it at TNT, which was definitely emotional, as you said. Probably one of my favorite matches I've ever had, ever. It was good. It was nice to finally do it, and I hope we can do it again soon. I like beating them up.
Now, Joe, you got to go to Creation Pro and Modern Nomad Wrestling, which are known for their slightly more crazy shows. What was it like being part of their ones?
I heard Modern Nomad. Is this one for me? The connection between shit.
Yeah. Modern
Okay.
Nomad.
What was the question? Sorry.
What was it like? They're quite known for their crazy, quirky shows. What was it kind of like being part of one of their shows?
Yeah, they are. In a barn. If that tells you anything. And I hate that photo, man. I hate that photo so much. With a passion.
Wake up, Joe.
Yeah, I wish I was awake. Modern Nomad.
Yeah, man.
Fun, good show. Would love to be back.
Good. Love that.
Now, Danny, you, of course, being quite regular in Progress Wrestling, and this year you got to have a tag team championship match alongside Joe Lando against Sunshine Machine, something you got via Twitter. What was it like being in the ring alongside those two guys and the championship match as a whole?
It was amazing. I'm really proud of all the tag stuff I've done with CPF in Progress, especially because I've fucking all right. As I was about to talk about where photos from, I've got to do like a big match with each of my teammates, which has been sick. I had the tag title match against Sunshine with Joe. I had a match of Aussie Open with Mav, and then I had a match with FSU with Callum. So it's been really cool to get to experience like a massive match with each of my friends. It's been lovely. I can't focus with this picture.
Can we kick Jess out, please?
Now, Callum, along with being part of the Super Strong Style 16, you got to get share a ring with Anthony Agogo. Big match. What was it? Again, what was it like, mate?
I'm just waiting for the picture to turn up. I can focus. All right, nice. No, that was really cool. I didn't really know what to expect going into it, just because I've never really wrestled anyone that does what he does. I've trained with Agogo because he came to London School Lucha Libre ages ago. So we first met there and we trained together. Then he got signed and he was training in America. And that match, it was a cool match. Like, watch.
What are you doing? No.
Started back in with Agogo.
He's our secret weapon.
Yeah, he is. But no, it was a really cool match. And then after he messaged me and said he sent it to Brian Danielson.
Who?
And he said Daniel Bryan. Don't know if you've heard of him. And then he saw the bit where Agogo threw me into the chairs, and he apparently was ouch. Hope the tough kid or something. I was like, yeah, it bloody hurt me. Didn't feel good the next day. But it was cool.
I heard you boxing him next.
Huh?
I heard you boxing a go-go.
Yeah, got Ed Matthews in my corner as well, the water boy.
Right, darling. Forward roll punch, yeah. Boxing game.
Now, as a group of four, where's somewhere you haven't wrestled yet that you guys would love to wrestle?
GCW.
Yeah,
Yeah,
good shout.
literally everywhere, brother.
Everywhere.
Everywhere, brother.
Come on.
Come on.
Yeah.
I'd
Well,
love to
this is
see you guys at
Yeah,
DDT.
brilliant.
Wait, well done.
Brilliant.
Fuck hell. What? Come on.
To be fair, though,
When's the Japanese tour? Have you got any
To be
plans
fair,
to?
what?
Have you sent
Is
any
that me?
applications over to Japan yet, like Dragon Gate or DDT?
With Japan, it's one of the ones where they'll find you or someone will recommend you. It's not something you can actively seek for.
There you go, insider
no.
knowledge.
I would say that the top three places that we'd like to do CPF, for me personally, would be GCW, Rev Pro, and WXW.
oh, done. I can second that.
There you go. See if we can get you a match on the WXW 16 carat weekend, because that weekend's already looking nuts.
Yeah, man.
So, what are your plans tag team wise? If you were going to say two groups of guys to go for the Progress tag team titles again, which two guys is it going to be?
One half of CPF
Yeah.
and the other half of CPF.
Yeah. Good
Come on.
man.
Would you institute a fabulous Freebird rule where you can just rotate each other?
Yeah,
Of course.
for
Yeah.
sure.
Point.
Now you guys were part of Riot as well. They just made their debut this year. What was that? What was that show like?
yeah, it was.
Who's answering?
Yeah.
Yeah, don't all speak at once.
Yeah, Riot was
You boys
sick.
take over.
Yeah, their venue's amazing. I love wrestling at the Clapham Grand. When me and Callum first turned up at the first show, I said to him, it's giving off like PWG vibes, like their new venue. And precisely. Yeah, the venue's great, the atmosphere's great, management are great, and I can't wait to be back.
I saw Callum, you hit that nuts dive from the stage onto the ropes into was it a drop kick again? I think so.
Crossbody.
The first one I did was on Danny, where I kicked his head in, and then yeah, the one at Riot was a crossbody. That was elsewhere.
All right, guys, Shield of merch. What merchandise have you got for sale, and where do guys go and get it?
Oh, wait, peep the preview. Lando's tip.
Right, let me see it.
Wait, do a quick.
Yeah, give us a 12.
What's that on the what? Turn around. Much.
Oh, go on, boy.
Sorry.
That one is looking good. So when's that going to be available, Danny?
Whenever I need money.
Right now.
He just has a bunch of merch ready to go, but he just released it in installments.
Yeah, I'm probably looking at late January, early February to release those, to be honest.
That's ages, man.
My wall needs new merch. Go on, who else has got merch coming? Or what merch have you got that you need to sell?
I've actually got some right here. Interested.
These t-shirts. Huh?
Yeah, quick unboxing.
Unboxing, is that?
Hello. Well, we've got these brand new Steez. Love that word.
Oh, Steve's balloon.
Balloon logo, and then here's the back.
Good man.
Beautiful.
What does Steez stand for? I forget.
And they're available at justjoelando.bigcartel.com. Now.
Very nice.
Can't promise they'll arrive before Christmas. They definitely won't. But you can still get them.
Right.
There you go. And of course, the CPF hat, which I do have proudly displayed on top of my shelf up there.
We need to get more CPF merch.
We do. The CPF hats went down a treat.
We did.
What about those hoodies, boys?
What about the everything? Hoodies, t-shirts, beanies.
Just new merch. All merch. Everything, lads. That's what you need. Right, where can guys follow you on Twitter and what's the
At Just Joe Lando on everything, mate.
Good man. My @ is Maverick_Mayhew on Twitter. I don't really use it though.
Good plug.
Thank
You
you,
should
mate.
change your background to your Twitter. That would have been better.
Change it to my Twitter.
Callum, fill the time. Plug it.
Hello. Just
You know the
Twitter
number.
and Instagram is Prince of Post CN.
Good
You know,
man.
Danny, you could plug yours as well. You know.
They know,
Yeah.
they know
Ah,
it.
it's all right then.
And of course,
They know it.
you've got the CPF blog on YouTube as well. Is that right?
Oh no, we would have a vlog if Joe would, you know, sort himself
Oh,
out.
Frick, isn't he? Let's expose him in front of the whole world right now. Because
Yeah.
You know, let me stand
I
up
think
for
we should.
myself. Stand up for myself.
Yeah, go on. Let's
So the
expose
boys have been pestering because I'm the editor in CPF. I edit all my own videos, all the vlogs, everything. Right?
You've admitted you're the editor.
Yes,
Maybe
yes, yes.
There you go.
Usually,
Enough.
right? And then the
Enough.
last trip we went on, I was like, you know what, boys? I'm not filming anything. If you want a vlog, you can film, you can edit. So they filmed. And then at the end of the trip, they all sent it to me as if I was going to edit it. I was like, whoa, I'm not editing it. That's your job. And it's still not out.
No,
so blame
it's
those
not
guys.
our job, is it?
bear
It's not our
in mind.
job.
Hang on.
Who's the editor?
Hang on. Bear in mind. Joe, could you just pan round to that bear in your room? Go on, do it. Bear
Not for the bear in mind.
Go on. There we go. Bear.
Did you kill that yourself?
Or my bear.
Wrestled the bear.
Good man.
Yeah, this trip where Joe didn't want to film anything or do anything is the one where he wasn't wrestling anything. He was just there. He could have done it.
Yeah. He could have done it while we were there, as we went along.
You know,
Well, he was on holiday.
I was handicapped at the time.
You scoundrel!
And I couldn't bring myself to editing the video. I was just so
Yeah, it's
sad.
not like you've been sat there doing nothing for 8
yeah,
months, you know. It's
So
fine.
let's rewind this podcast to when Joe said, "I never got down about my injury."
Fast forward to where he says, I'm the editor of CPF.
No, apart from that weekend, I was down that weekend. I'd rather not. I'd rather not speak about it, boys. Actually,
I think you need to hire an outside editor. Maybe give Joe a break.
No.
yeah, but then that would cost money.
It's true.
Yeah,
it's true.
And our videos would never get edited.
Right, so what you need to do is buy these guys merch. So go out of your way, support Danny Black, support Callum Newman, support Maverick Mayhew, support Joe Lando, support British wrestling, indie wrestling, support it all. And remember one thing, don't feed the trolls.